Hello, everybody, and welcome to the VBA Poke Center update, week number 3. Very exciting week. There was a lot going on. We're here with Leaf, and of course, our sponsor of the video, Pikachu in a Basket. And I am bringing you this video straight from a ball pit in a random play place, undisclosed location. And we're going to bring you the exciting games. There was a lot of crazy games this week. There was some 2-0s facing each other, some 0-2s, and then everything in between. So some upsets. There was some upsets for sure, and
I'm pretty upset. I'll tell you that.
It was a pretty good week. Speaking of Leaf being upset, our first game that we're going to go right into right here is the Latchkey Kids versus the Island Dragons. These are both 0-2. 9 kills to 4 kills, so Latchkey Kids were leading on this. Most brought Pokemon is Dracovish versus Dragapult, the two dragons, win percentage 20-0 on that side. And looking at the team sheets here, we see Klefki coming again. We get the Dracovish with the Choice Scarf this time instead of the band. We got Palisand finally being brought. Oranguru, Fairlynx, and Brion being the one rounding up that. We got Dragapult, we got Hitmontop, Aerodactyl, Sharpedo, Glaceon, and Hippowdon as the finishers there. So yeah, these games started off with a Klefki Dracovish, pretty good lead. They can kind of protect each other there. Aerodactyl and Hitmontop on the other side. And we do see the Klefki actually doing work, getting the first kill against the Aerodactyl. You love to see it. And the Dracovish actually picking up the Hitmontop a couple of turns later, as the Hitmontop also did kill the Klefki after that. And we see the Palisand and Fairlynx being the third and fourth Pokemon who didn't really get to do anything, as Glaceon and Dragapult were able to clean up the game pretty safely. Dragapult getting 2 of those kills against... Dragapult getting 2 of those kills. Yeah, I put Dragapult here against Dracovish and Fairlynx, so... yeah, what do you think of your game 1?
I think game 1 was alright. I feel like it happened so long ago. But I think I heavily prepped for the Pincurchin Zolt combo, which didn't come. So yeah, I think he kind of faked me out on that one. I knew I knew Dragapult was coming. So if there's one week that he leaves Dragapult behind, it's a bad week for him. I think it has to come every week. I think it was pretty good. I'm actually really proud of how Hawk built and how Hawk played. Being somebody who's worked with him and getting him into VGC and stuff, it's nice to see him like actually not bring Stealth Rock this week. But I think the only thing that I have to say that comes out of my game really is that one move, and anyone can take this away from a match, is one move can put you from either a very advantageous position to a very not so advantageous position. I think game 2, where I chose to, for some reason, attack into the higher HP Mon instead of getting the kill on Aerodactyl, was probably the dumbest play I've ever made in Pokemon, period.
Well, let's get to the game 2 before you start talking about it.
I thought we already talked about it, Rip.
So you brought...
It's tired, guys. It's tired.
You brought Oranguru and Palisand as the leads here against the Aerodactyl Hitmontop. The Aerodactyl did not leave the board the whole game. He did sit there, as he did get kills on Oranguru, Palisand, and... Oh no, he did end up dying to the Klefki, that is right.
He's cracked.
And Hitmontop also getting killed by that Klefki on that, I believe it was the second turn, and putting him out there. And Dracovish dies to the Glaceon. Klefki picks up the double, so getting 3 kills in this matchup. And Glaceon able to clean up, killing the Dracovish and the Klefki. Unknown what the last Pokemon is. I'm going to assume it was Dragapult, as there's no reason for him not to bring Dragapult. So, but yeah, like you were saying, you could have picked up the Aerodactyl at one point a little bit earlier in the game and chose to attack. I believe it was the Glaceon, but the Glaceon kind of ate the attack as it was pretty bulky. So
yeah, I think if I did the kill order a little different, I could have picked up the game 2. But again, I think that's the argument that everyone uses. If I did this, then this could have happened. But that's the same on the other side. If I did that, then Hawk could have made a different move too. So there's definitely no saying. I think he played really well. I don't mind the loss here as much as I needed the win. My favorite part about the match is that Klefki is now tied for my highest kill leader with Dracovish.
You love to see it. You love to see. There's a lot of mons like that in the season where they're just like, this mon shouldn't be getting kills, and it's getting kills. So we'll see more of that later on, including one that I was very surprised got a kill and did as much damage as it did. So yeah, that was a clean 0-2 to the Dragons. So they got off the board with their first win. We'll see if he can continue that, and we'll see if you can bounce back and get a win next week.
All the memes for the rest of the season.
All right, and our second game that we're going to go up to is going to be the Bolton Bashers versus the Detroit Delmise. We got a 1-1 versus a 0-2. Bashers got 15 kills to 11 kills. Archeops being the top raw Pokemon and Prichurchin on the other side. And then we got 60% win rate versus a 20. And to look at the team sheets here, the Bashers brought Comfy, Slowking, I love Slowking, Golurk, Rillaboom, Archeops again, and Cloudster. And on the other side, we have Aegislash, Pinurchin, Hitmonlee, Swoobat, Hydreigon, and Talonflame. So, honestly, from the Delmise, a very, very frail team. Besides the Aegislash, really. And it kind of showed as we see the Bashers leading Archeops and Cloudster, who we kind of criticized a little bit. MVP.
Don't say we. I love Archeops.
MVP of the last game was Glaceon. No, not Archeops. Cloudster, as he picked it up and got rid of the Glaceon. So we see the Archeops get a kill on the first turn against Swoobat. Swoobat did not have a Focus Sash, which did surprise me, and he was able to quickly take that out, as Cloudster was also able to take out the Hitmonlee. Just getting a double pretty early on is going to put the Delmise in a very risky situation. And Talonflame comes out and Aegislash, and he does pick up a double kill to try to bring it back a little bit. And it just wasn't enough because Rillaboom exists, and Rillaboom's able to take out a Talonflame and an Aegislash, which resist it, which is kind of crazy. But Rillaboom just showing his power for a 2-0 victory, with Comfy being the other Pokemon for the Bashers in Game 1. In Game 2, we see Golurk, Comfy as the two first leads against Talonflame and Aegislash. We see the Golurk go down first turn against this Aegislash, who used Shadow Claw. I believe it was a crit Shadow Claw. I don't know if the crit mattered. Probably didn't, but was still pretty funny to see there. And Cloudster comes out and actually just gets a triple kill, taking out Aegislash, Pinurchin, and Talonflame all in a row without worrying about anything. And Comfy actually kills Hydreigon as well. So pretty good games, but Bashers were able to just take control both games and take it in a 2-0 victory. So I think one thing that Delmise needs to fix is stop bringing the Hydreigon. Get rid of the Hydreigon if you can.
Disagree.
It hasn't done anything. I think it has 1 or 2 kills, and it has like 5 or 6 deaths.
I don't think that's Hydreigon's fault. I think it's the pilot's fault.
I mean, it's possible, but
Hydreigon do some insane damage in Draft League. So I think we just need to see Raz put Hydreigon in a much better board state. I think there's been a lot of risky plays that haven't played out with the Hydreigon.
I think Raz has been doing a lot of risky plays for sure, or the Delmise have been doing a lot of risky plays. But their team was just so frail this week. It was going to be hard for them to do anything against Rillaboom. Like, they just didn't have the capability to stay on the board long enough to deal with it. Even the Talonflame went into the Rillaboom. Rillaboom was, of course, had a seed to stop him from taking more fire damage, but it did nothing. It did like 25%, but it only did 50% maybe. Yeah. So I don't know. And plus with the healing, with the Comfy, he was too frail. He was too frail, and didn't put out enough damage to make it worth it. So yeah, I'd like to see the Dalmice maybe come up with some new plans and come back and get their first victory of the season. But the Bashers go up to 2-1 and continuing. They have a hard matchup this week, so we'll see how they do with that.
Sure.
Our next game, we have the Binnacles versus the Kinglers.
This was a great game.
This was a really, really good game to watch. If you guys don't really watch these videos, go watch this one at least. Fantastic game. So this was a 1-1 matchup. So both teams were 1-1, and we have the Binnacles 14 kills, Kinglers 13, Thwacky and Primarina. It's like a mirror of each other here. We got two starters as their most brought Pokemon. Game win percentage is the same. Kills are almost the same. It's kind of crazy how similar these were here. And we go into the team sheets. We see the Armaldo coming again. Cinderace, Dusknoir, who's newly picked up. Marowak, Pelipper, and Rotom against the Torracat, Garchomp, Espeon, I can never say his name. Lurantis. There we go. Lurantis. Rotom and Primarina. And that Primarina is going to have actually a leftovers on it, which is pretty interesting.
Spicy set.
It protects substitute, Moonblast, Hyper Voice. So game one was wild. Okay, so we see Dusknoir Armaldo coming out against Garchomp Torracat. I'm already excited. I love Torracat. I think Torracat's sweet. And nothing really happens. They're just going back and forth, doing really nothing. Lurantis comes out, instantly gets annihilated by a Pelipper that came out a couple of turns ago. Didn't even last. It was pretty bad. And then we just see Cinderace able to take up a couple of kills, and that Pelipper picking up the Torracat to end the actual thing. Torracat getting a kill on Cinderace, which was kind of high. I was kind of hyped for. I was like, yes, let's go. Garchomp was completely useless. It died to Armaldo. It didn't put any pressure. It didn't do anything. He was nullified. Theo did a good job of nullifying the Kingler's, Garchomp, which is what you want to be doing.
I think this is like the second week that this Garchomp has been pretty useless for Krabby.
I mean, people are prepared for it, right? Everybody knows what the Garchomp does, so it's not like you're coming with anything special. It gets these moves and it can do these things, and unless somebody's coming with a helping hand Garchomp, it's gonna be a lot of what it is. So so the Binnacles are able to take that 2-0 in that one, and then game 2, we see the Dusknoir Pelipper lead this time against the Garchomp Torracat again. But Garchomp didn't last long in this one. He gets almost instantly destroyed by Pelipper. So Garchomp just doing absolutely nothing at this point. But we do see the Primarina come out, and the Primarina did work. The Primarina did work in the game previous to this one as well, getting a kill. But the Primarina does kill the Pelipper and the Marowak, and Torracat actually picks up another kill, killing the Dusknoir. So that was pretty good too. And Marowak actually killed itself, so that was a loss there. Though it would have just died anyways. So it just kind of saved him a kill. Actually, I have Marowak killed. Okay, I wrote something wrong, but it's fine. Yeah, what did I write wrong here? Oh, Cinderace. Cinderace killed itself. I don't know why I put Marowak. Oh no, he earthquaked. That's right. The Marowak killed the Cinderace with the earthquakes. It's been a few days, guys. We were supposed to record this on Monday. I had some computer issues, so it's been a few days since I watched these.
We're tired. We're overworked.
So game 2 goes to the Kinglers 0-2 with the surviving Lurantis and Primarina. Game 3, though.
Bro.
Game 3, the Kinglers showed
no
that
mercy.
They showed no mercy.
No
There
mercy.
you go. Dusknoir Pelipper coming out again, but Primarina Torracat going to be the lead there. Primarina doing work this whole match. Of course, the MVP of this one too. Just taking out Marowak instantly, as we do see a switch into Marowak, and then taking out the Dusknoir a few turns later. Rotom coming in for Torracat, and actually taking out the Pelipper and the Cinderace. Garchomp didn't even have to do anything. He couldn't die. He couldn't die this one because he didn't have to do anything. Same with Torracat. They did not do anything. A clean 4-0 victory for the Kinglers here, taking this whole set 2-1. Once again, with that Primarina being crazily ahead of every Pokemon, the MVP here. So
extra points for the substitute set, bro.
Yeah,
points for the substitute set.
He set up sub and he couldn't. There was nothing.
Couldn't even kill the sub.
He couldn't kill the sub. It was crazy. So yeah, good work to the Kinglers this week. I see the Binnacle's going to bounce back. I mean, they've been playing super well too. So it was just one of those sets where he just had his number. You know, it just yeah. But our next game, going on to our next game, we have the Sableyes versus the Minchinos here. We got the 2-0 versus 2-0, so this is one of our two 2-0 matchups. We have 17 to 16 kills, so very similar there. We got Indeedee female to Swampert and 80% game win percentage, so this is a very even matchup on paper. The game did not reflect that even matchup. As we do look at these, we have Salazzle. Okay, Salazzle's coming this week. Indeedee, Slurpuff, Mawile, Ninetales, and Quagsire. Very interesting team composition here by the Sableyes. And then we got a Lowland Ninetales, so we got dueling Ninetales here. Metagross, Swampert, Crobats, Grimmsnarl, and Centiskorch. A very support-heavy team. But yeah,
I'd be scared to face that team on paper.
I'd be scared to face both of these teams. So game one, we see the Salazzle plus the Indeedee lead against Grimmsnarl, Metagross. And Grimmsnarl, Metagross, very good lead. I mean, you can set up screens, you can set up your own weakness policy, you could do a lot of things with this lead. But all we do see is we see a kill on Indeedee from Grimmsnarl on turn 1 with that Darkest Lariat, destroying it. But that was about it. Then Ninetales kills Grimmsnarl, Swampert, and we see Quagsire actually come in, killing Metagross and Ninetales. Quagsire, though. Quagsire pretty good. Was pretty good in this one. So yeah, that was a clean 3-0 for the Sableyes, as Minchinos really couldn't get anything going after that first turn. It looked really good on that first turn, killing the Indeedee, but was unable to capitalize after that. Game 2, we had Salazzle and Indeedee female coming in again against Crobat, Grimmsnarl. So already a little weak on that lead because it is 2 support Pokemon. And we see that with the Quagsire coming in and being able to actually kill the Grimmsnarl. And Crobat actually gets a kill on the Salazzle, but getting that kill allowed Indeedee female to come back in and just press Expanding Force a few times. And Quagsire kills the Grimmsnarl, and then Indeedee kills a couple of Pokemon, and then Quagsire kills Metagross. So Quagsire picking up 4 kills in this one.
That's 4 kills, bro.
4 kills for Quagsire, yeah. So MVP Quagsire of this one.
I want to note, everybody says Pokemon with 4-time weaknesses are bad. Just saying, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, so pretty good game for Quagsire, pretty good game for the Sableyes. And Minchinos dropped to 2-1, but Sableyes continue to 3-0. So be interesting to see if they can continue that streak and go undefeated. They still got the dream. All right.
Are we gonna repeat season 1?
I don't know.
Are we gonna repeat season 1?
I mean, if he does, then he's gonna lose to the Binnacles in the end. But our next game here, game number 5, we actually have my game of the week that I was looking forward to the most, and that is the Repellion. Yeah, that's the Rebellion versus the Beezles, and we got the 0-2 versus the 2-0, but 10 kills for the Beezles as a 0-2 is pretty decent. 16 kills for Rebellion. Kingdra, Whimsicott. We see the Beezles love that rain mode, and we have a 20% win versus 80% win. Looking at the team sheets, we see the Arcanine. I mean, it's pretty standard for the Rebellion at this point. They've been bringing pretty much the same stuff, except they brought Togepi and Galvantula this week. And they changed up the Kangaskhan set. It was a bit a bit interesting, but I did like the Fire Punch. I thought that was a good little ad there. And on the other side, we see the Incineroar, the Gothorita, which I know you're a big fan of, Raichu, Escavalier, and then these 4 Pokemon are the same. They've been bringing these 5 Pokemon: Incineroar, Raichu, Escavalier, Kingdra, and Politoed every single week. Gothorita is the only switch up. I think this might be a case of clicking the same Pokemon too many times for the Beezles. And we do see that as in Game 1, Kangaskhan Togepi going to be the lead. I was hyped.
I love it.
I was hyped to see the Togepi. I thought he might hide it for Game 3. He said, no, I'm bringing it right away.
No, absolutely not, sir.
But yeah, Kangaskhan exists. Kangaskhan destroys Raichu pretty early on, and then proceeds to just hang out on the board and just keep constantly doing damage. We do see the Escavalier actually come in and kill the Togepi. Togepi's not surviving too many hits from Escavalier. And yeah, it was a clean victory for the Rebellion, as Arcanine killed itself, so it was a 2-0, but yeah, he just pretty much got 3 kills with Kangaskhan and 1 kill with Dragonite. So Game 2, we see Kangaskhan Whimsicott, and we see Politoed Raichu on the other side. And we do see the Kangaskhan actually get a pretty early kill, but it just wasn't enough, as the Beezles were actually able to set up the rain and do some work with the Kingdra this game. And the Politoed actually kills the Arcanine pretty late in the game, and we see Whimsicott Dragonite getting kills. I didn't write how Kangaskhan died, but he died at some point, and he no longer existed. But he did kill Raichu, so he's up to 4 kills in this matchup. And then we see the same Kangaskhan being led, and the Galvantula, and the same exact lead Politoed Raichu on the other side with Incin and Kingdra. Kind of just bringing the same teams every single time. And yeah, we just see the Kangaskhan absolutely annihilate the Raichu for the third beginning in a row. Then Politoed goes down to Galvantula, Dragonite gets another kill, and then Galvantula also kills Kingdra to give a 2-0 to the Rebellions, giving them a 2-1 victory in the sets. Kangaskhan, of course, being the MVP, getting 5 kills in this one. Kangaskhan's hype, so
I think Kangaskhan's real good.
Yeah, I've been using Kangaskhan is on my team in Diamond, and man, it's so good. Fake Out, Last Resort, Silk Scarf, bro, is decent. It's decent. So yeah.
I think what's not working for the Weasels here is that the 5 Pokemon didn't work week 1. The 5 Pokemon didn't work week 2. The 5 Pokemon didn't work week 3. Switch up the team.
But to be fair, they got 0-2'd in week 1, I believe, and then they've gotten 2-1 in the last 2 weeks, so they are improving.
Yeah, they're playing really well. They are playing really well. I think it just comes down to their
It's easy to
opponents
prep.
now. Yeah, it's easy to prep. That's the fastest way to say what I was about to say. It just comes down to being able to prep for it, because you know those 5 Pokemon are coming.
Though I did like the Sniper Kingdra last week. But
yeah, it was clean. It was on one of Spice of the Week.
Yeah, so I mean, it was. If they could switch up the teams, I think they can get some wins, because they got a good team. So they just need to be able to just not rely on the rain and do something else and bring it to the next level. And Rebellion just got to keep doing what they're doing, because they're bringing similar Pokemon, but they're different sets every week, and they're just keeping their opponent off guard. And they have a big matchup this week against the Arcanine, so
they do.
I'm still on that train, though. Okay. And our 6th matchup is the Tricos versus the Drapions. We have a 0-2 versus a 2-0. 12 kills for the Drapion on an 0-2 team is really decent. I think that's the highest besides the Guzzlords. And then we have 17 kills for the Trico. We have Dragapult, Garchomp, 20-80. I'm going to tell you what, these Dragapults are not doing work in this league. So here we do see the team sheets. We see Wigglytuff being brought. Wigglytuff, not even competitive Wigglytuff. This is Frisk Wigglytuff. We see Charizard, Solar Power, Garchomp, Meowstic, Vikavolt, and Starmie. We see, again, the double Expanding Force Pokemon that was so good in Week 1. And we see Slowbro, Togekiss, Dragapult, Torracat, Nidoqueen, and Obstagoon. Honestly, that team is insane. You could run that team in VGC right now, you know what I mean? And you do decent.
Yeah.
So this was a really good matchup. It didn't turn out how I thought it would. I thought it would be a lot closer than it was. I mean, it was pretty close, but I mean, overall, I thought it'd be a little bit closer. As we see Vikavolt, Garchomp as the leads against Obstagoon, Nidoqueen. And that Obstagoon decided to stay in against the Vikavolt and get absolutely annihilated. And then we see Togekiss come in, and this Vikavolt didn't work because it ended up actually killing the Togekiss as well with a nice Thunderbolt before being slayed by the Dragapult. Dragapult's also going to take out Starmie, but Wigglytuff is in this game and is able to take out the Dragapult, and Garchomp cleans up the Nidoqueen for a 2-0 victory for the Tricos. Pretty clean. It was a back and forth game, but it just felt like the Tricos had the advantage as soon as they killed that Obstagoon, so it was going to always be hard to get rid of that Vikavolt. Game 2, we see Starmie Charizard. Starmie Charizard as the leads. Like, what the heck is that? Versus Torracat and Nidoqueen. And, yeah, neither of these do anything. And then the Togekiss comes in, actually gets a kill on the Charizard pretty easily, too. And then we see back and forth battles, but Wigglytuff able to kill the Dragapult. We see Togekiss go down to the Vikavolt again, which we'll talk about who's killing these Pokemon as well. And we see Starmie pick up Nidoqueen and Torracat, but the big story is Torracat actually kills Wigglytuff and Vikavolt with one attack. It was pretty impressive. it was pretty good. Like I said, I'm a Torracat fan, so but we do see a 1-0 victory for the Tricos. So that's going to be a 2-0 in the sets. They're going to 3-0 as the Drapions actually fall to 0-3. I think the Drapions team is too good to be 0-3. I think they just need to clean up their play a little bit, predicts with some more protects and stuff like that, and I think they could pick up a few victories in the season still. Their team is so good, so we'll see.
I agree. I think that's all. So just clean it up.
Yeah. Next we have the Greninjas versus the Guzzlords. This is a 0-2 versus a 1-1. Guzzlords, of course, 0-2 with 16 kills. They've played the most games out of the most matches out of anybody. We got Excadrill versus Indeedee Male. Both Indeedees being the most picked Pokemon on the teams that they're on. And then we got 33% win percentage versus a 50%. And as for the team sheets, we have Indeedee Starmie, so going for that expanding force stuff too, though the Starmie does not have it. Flygon, Sock, Altaria, and Togekiss against the Excadrill, Mr. Rhyme, Gigalith, Flareon, Togekiss, and Maractus. I kind of think the Guzzlords are falling into the same thing that the Beezles are, but we'll go over the games here. So, game 1, we see Indeedee Starmie, so already threatening that expanding force stuff. Against Gigalith Excadrill, but we're going to see the Gigalith actually switch out, I believe, into the Mr. Rhyme, or to the, Mr. Rhyme, or Maractus. It was Maractus, who does go down to the Starmie, to Ice Beam. And then we see the Excadrill actually kill Altaria, and the Mr. Rhyme goes ahead and kills the Flygon pretty easily. I mean, it's Flygon, it doesn't take anything that has ice on it. But the Indeedee does come back in and is able to just click Expanding Force, do tons of damage, take out Mr. Rhyme, Gigalith, Maractus dies to Starmie, and the Excadrill dies to Starmie as well, giving a 2-0 victory to the Greninjas in Game 1. Game 2, we see the Indeedee and the Togekiss lead, which, if I know the person's bringing Gigalith, I don't think I'd lead the Togekiss ever. But then we see Mr. Rhyme and Excadrill on the other side. Mr. Rhyme does really good here and gets a kill against Altaria. But Gigalith, absolute beast in this one, comes in and just picks up Starmie due to sand, and then picks up Togekiss and Indeedee with that Rock Slide, just doing tons and tons of damage. Greninjas were never able to get off the board there, and it's a clean 0-3 victory. I tell you what, the Guzzlords, if they could play like they do in Game 2s, because 2 weeks in a row they 0-4'd in Game 2, and this week they 0-3'd in Game 2. If they could just play like that in Game 1 or in Game 3 as well, they'd be undefeated right now. So I don't know. But Game 3, we're gonna see Sock in Togekiss. Sock's a Pokemon that's in this league. Mr. Rhyme versus and Togetic. So we're gonna see the two Togas up against each other. And we're actually going to see a switch, or no, Mr. Rhyme actually gets killed by the Togekiss. And a little bit after that, we see Excadrill come in and Sock just absolutely annihilates it. And yeah, then this one was kind of a stally game after that. And we see the Togekiss kill the Gigalith. And a Fire Spin kills the Togetic. So Altaria getting a little cheeky Fire Spin kill at the end there.
Fire Spin's cracked, bro.
But to be fair, this was a 3-0 game. It was close. It didn't look like... if you looked at this, it wasn't close, but it all came so fast and just happened so quickly at the end there that it was a close game up until the end. So
definitely closer than it looks on paper.
Yeah. I just think that the Guzzlords need to play like they do in Game 2, because they play so fantastically in Game 2s, but they just don't do well in Game 1s, and they just haven't done well in Game 3. So I mean, if they could just do that, they can pick up some wins as well. And the Greninja's playing very well. They did lose last week, last week, and they brought it back and were able to take this victory. So yeah, I think their team composition this week was a little weak overall, but it got it done. So yeah, we'll see how
Sasso's a great player. Sasso, it does. When I look at a team, I don't care what the team sheet says, because I know Sasso has a plan in his head that's too big brain for this little peanut to understand. So I face him pretty soon. I'm absolutely terrified.
Yeah, he has a pretty good team. So. But speaking of big brains, we got two big brains in this one. We got the Steel types versus the Weezings. We got the Weezing logo. We got the Weezing logo versus the Weezing logo. Which Weezing's gonna be better? We got 1-1 record versus 0-2. 9 kills to the league low, 3 kills. We got Dracozolt and Incineroar, and we got 50% win game win percentage and 0, as no games have been won by the Steel types this season.
This is a bit of a rivalry too. They like Rolo was looking for this. Like he even said it in the interview that I posted. He's like, look, Mr. Rhett, I've never beat you, and I'm here for you. And we'll see what happens. Yeah,
we'll see what happens. We got Incineroar, Frostmoth. I don't like Frostmoth. Weezing, Sceptile, Haxosaurus, and Munchlax against the Gardevoir, the Dracozolt, the Melodic, Gigalith, Purrloin, and Dusknoir. Both of these teams look scary, I'm gonna be honest with you. Except for Frostmoth. And oh yeah, the MVP, I don't think I said it, the last game was Starmie, as it just did absolute work. So we're gonna see Haxosaurus Weezing as the lead for the Steel types against Dracozolt and Gardevoir, and I'll be honest, it started off like all of Steel types, matches this season, with the Weezing instantly going down to the Dracozolt, and soon after the Haxosaurus actually going down to the switched in Melodic. But to his credit, he got 2 kills. He brought in Munchlax. Munchlax was able to take out Dracozolt and also take out the Melodic. No, not the Melodic. The Dracozolt and the Gardevoir. Sorry, I have it written wrong here. But yeah, he was able to get 2 kills, which is almost as much as he had the whole season. So, but he does end up losing this one, 0-2. Next game, we see Weezing and Haxosaurus again. So confident in the same lead against Melodic Gardevoir, which is a pretty scary lead. But Steel types didn't care, because Weezing sits there the whole game, just pestering and just unable to get brought off the board, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. But Frostmoth's terrible. He ends up dying to Melodic
I will not stand for this Frostmoth negative talk. Frostmouth is great. Let's move on.
Okay, well, he wasn't great in this one. And then we see actually Sceptile come in after the Haxosaurus also dies to that Melodic. And Sceptile was able to take over the game, killing Melodic, killing Dracozolt, and then killing Gigalith. I mean, it was very strong in this one. The Unburden never got to go off. I don't know if... What was he running? I forgot what item he was running. Let's go look at this again. He is running... Oh, yeah, Life Orb. So he's not even Unburden. That's right. He's Overgrowth. But the Overgrowth doesn't matter when you have Weezing out there anyways. But he was just able to take control of the game and win it. And actually get 3 kills and then call me out. He called me out after this one. I heard you, Rhett. Alright, I heard you. So he doubled his kills, his season kill total just on Sceptile in this game. So he's already up to 6 kills 6 kills in this one, which is pretty good. And then game 3 was fantastic. If you want to watch another one, I said watch the Binnacles, but also watch this game 3 because it was very, very good. We see Sceptile Haxosaurus coming out as the lead against the Dracozolt and Gardevoir. And we just see this Dracozolt absolutely destroy this Munchlax. Poor Munchlax, man. As he just goes down. One of my script is missing here, and I don't know why, because I definitely wrote it, but that's fine. And then we see Haxosaurus actually kill Gardevoir, which you don't see too often, and yeah, then we kind of just see the Steel types just able to just take out everything with the Sceptile and the Haxosaurus. We see the Melodic die to its own Life Orb. We also see Sceptile die to its own Life Orb. And the last Pokemon standing, Weezing.
That's gotta be a message.
Well, here's the thing.
That's gotta be a message.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? The Weezing was the last one standing up against the Dracozolt, but Dusknoir actually set Trick Room a couple of turns before, which was the actual downfall of the Weezings, allowing Weezing to kill the Dracozolt at the end game. Crazy. It was so crazy, man. It was really, really good. So yeah, Dusknoir goes down the Sceptile, but not before he sets the Trick Room. I don't know why he set the Trick Room. I didn't get it when he clicked it. All his Pokemon are faster than Weezing. But he clicked that, I guess, to outspeed the Sceptile, but it didn't end up really working.
Just run a room service, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it happened.
Rhett was running room service, which was really neat.
Yeah, with the Weezing. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, wicked neat.
So yeah, Rhett ends up winning this 2-1.
One more match that Rolo just kind of fell short. Rolo, what are you doing? You're 0-3 against Rhett. Come on. Rhett's a great player, but you're a great player. I wanted to see you. Underdog. Rhett votes against me every week, so I was on you, bro.
Well, Rhett getting off the loser board now, and with his first victory and going to 1-2, but also the Weezing's dropping to 1-2 now. MVP of this game, Weezing. Weezing. You can't not have Weezing when he literally brought Weezing against the Weezings, and he has Weezing in this. He's the number 1 Weezing right now, so
he is the number 1 Weezing.
It's just the way it goes. All right, for our next game, we have the Smokers versus the Flareons. This is a 1-1 matchup. 13 kills for the Smokers, only 8 for the Flareons. I think that's incorrect. I don't think I changed that. Stoneger versus Vapor. Oh no, it is because yeah, I forgot when he lost. I don't think he killed anything. And then we have a 40% versus a 50% game win percentage. And then on this we have Sableye, Primarina, Bouffalante, Sock, another Sock, Executor, and Volcarona versus Vaporeon, Rotom, Scrafty, Mr. Rime, Whimsicott, and Dracovish. That's a pretty scary team, honestly, from the Flareons.
Yeah, it is.
The Rotom, the Dracovish, the Whimsicott, I mean, that's some scary stuff. So the first game we see Sableye and Sock versus Mr. Rime and Whimsicott. 2 Mr. Rime. Oh no, that's not the first game. That's not the first game. All right, the first game we see Sableye and Sock versus Mr. Rhyme and Whimsicott. I guess it's the same. But we do see Sock getting an early kill on the Whimsicott thanks to it actually going for an attack and the Poison Jab actually picking up the kill with the buffer by the Sableye. It was pretty clean. That was a pretty clean first turn. And then we just see the switch into the Primarina, who ends up getting 3 kills straight onto the Mr. Rhyme, Dracovish, and Scrafty. And Flareon's had nothing for the Primarina. Just sometimes it be like that, right?
Oh, remember when you said Primarina was bad?
I'm just saying, I think there's better tier 1s. It is doing pretty decent, though. It has the most kills out of all the Pokemon if you combined both people. It's also tied for the kill leader, too, the King of Lures one. Game 2, we have Sableye, Sock versus Mr. Rhyme and Whimsicott. So yeah, it was a clean 4-0 victory for the Smokers. So the Sableye, and we see the same thing. The Sock instantly kills the Whimsicott again. But it also ends up picking up the Mr. Rhyme a couple of turns later. And we see the Primarina come in and pick up the Dracovish. But Flareons weren't having it this time. They bring in the Vaporeon. And the Dracovish actually ends up picking up Bouffalon, but Vaporeon picks up Sableye, Sock via burn, and the Primarina. Winning this one for the Flareons 0-1. Pretty good adjustment there by the Flareons, especially bringing in that Vaporeon to kind of wall that Primarina. Not bad. That's pretty good. In the game 3, we have the same lead by the Smokers against Sableye, Sock, third game in a row, and we have Mr. Rhyme, Rotom on the other side. Sableye, now this is my kill of the week, okay? This Sableye said, knock off, bro, and Mr. Rhyme's HP said, whoop. Bro, I've never seen Sableye do so much damage, dude. It was crazy. So yes, Sableye gets the first kill of this game via that, and then we see the Dracovish come in and actually pick up the Sock and the Executor a little bit later on, but Rotom killing the Sableye Primarina. Very clean victory by the Flareons in this one, picking up the game 0-2. I can't help but to think that a lot of this had to do with just the Smokers going with the same lead 3 times in a row, and Flareons be able to take advantage of that in Game 2 and Game 3, especially Game 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it do be like that sometimes. I think the MVP of this was Dracovish. You could say it was Vaporeon, but Vaporeon wasn't brought into the matchup, so it's kind of hard to say it was just Vaporeon.
I think where I'm confused is, Trunks, always brags about being from the future, but I just don't understand. Like, he should know,
Oh, it'd be like that.
It'd be like that.
So yeah,
sometimes
the Flareons.
You just go to the future, bro. Sometimes.
The Flareons pick up this one, going to 2-1, and the Smokers dropping to 1-2. Our next matchup is the Tyrantars versus the Spoinks. This was a match I was looking forward to as well, as we do have the 1-1 Tyrantars versus the 2-0 Spoinks. We have 11 to 18 kills. Corviknight bringing the most brought Pokemon versus Gyarados. 50% win percentage versus 80. Sorry, not 8.
Like,
8 would be
bro.
bad.
I'm dirty.
The Tyrantars bringing Noivern, Gardevoir, Toxtricity again, which got a ton of kills last week, Rillaboom, Barnacle, and Volcarona. Against Mandibuzz, Arctozolt, Ninetales, Salazzle, Gyarados again, and the Gallade. Yeah, this was a pretty fun game to watch. As we saw the Spoinks going out pretty early to go with the ice stuff. They go out the Ninetales, Salazzle, setting up the chance of doing Fake Out plus Blizzard, and setting up that Arctozolt for a little bit after. Gyarados in the back. We had Noivern, Gardevoir, Barnacle. I don't know what the other Pokemon was because we never got to see it. Noivern kind of just sets it up here, and Gardevoir takes this game by just getting 3 kills. Of course, that Choice Scarf is going to be too fast, and Barnacle actually coming in and taking out the Arctozolt at the end with a Rock Slide. So, yeah, it was pretty clean. It was a pretty clean victory for the Tyrantars there. And game 2, we see Mandibuzz, Ninetales as the leads against Noivern again and Barnacle. And we see Arctozolt and Gyarados in the back. Yeah, this was another one where Noivern just kind of just won the game for him. He was not able to, the Spoinks were unable to get the Noivern off of the field at all. And he actually ended up getting a double kill later on in the game. And we also saw Toxtricity actually get a double kill on Mandibuzz and Gyarados with that overdrive, which did about 400 million damage, I think, is the actual calculation.
Actual unit of measurement.
We saw the Barnacle die first turn, though. It was looking a little rough for the Tyrantars, but it was just too much. And yeah, Tyrantars take this one 0-2, winning this one 2-0 as well, bringing them up to 2-1 and dropping the Spoinks down to 2-1 as well. So this next game also did not go how I expected. This was a really good game too if you want to watch another game. We have the Grimmsnarls versus the Berserkers. We have 2-0 versus 0-2. 15 kills versus 10. Oh, the MVP of that last game was Noivern, yeah. Bisharp versus Raichu, and Raichu, 100% game win percentage versus 20. So this is the biggest gap that we had this week in terms of matchups. Going to their team sheets, we see the Reuniclus. This is for Grimmsnarls Reuniclus, Drampa, Thwackey, Cinderace, Azumarill, and Hitmonchan. And we see Como-O, Mantine, Arcanine, Rapidash, Vanillux, and Berserker. I feel like Berserker has just picked up Pokemon that other people have dropped. And it's just like, I'll show you guys. Right? Because we got the Mantine, well, I guess it was a different Rapidash, and we got Vanillux.
Yeah, I mean, he has to have the mascot on, man. You can't not, you know?
Oh, yeah, you gotta have Berserker. You should just bring him every week. So the first game, we see Grimmsnarls lead with Reuniclus and Hitmonchan up against the Mantine Berserker. This one exactly how I thought it would. We do see those switch out for Azumarill and for the Drampa, and they were able to take over the game, going a clean 3-0 because the Drampa actually kills itself via the Life Orb right at the end. But yeah, Azumarill picks up Berserker, picks up Vanillux, and Drampa picks up Arcanine and Mantine. Just super, super clean. This is what you would expect from the Grimmsnarls. But game 2 did not go the same, as we see Reuniclus and Hitmonchan as the leads again against Como-O and Berserker. Como-O, you would think we'd be a little bit scared against this Reuniclus, but it wasn't. It was ready for it. We do see a switch out to the Rapidash, who quickly takes out the Hitmonchan. That Hitmonchan did work a couple of weeks ago, but today it goes down to probably one of the weakest, statistically one of the weakest Pokemon in the draft league that's been drafted. That's a fully evolution. And then we do see it also die to the Drampa, the Rapidash, and Drampa actually picks up Rapidash and Berserker before dying to the Mantine. It was a pretty even game at this point. But yeah, Como was just too much, taking out Reuniclus and taking out the Azumarill via poison, because it did poison jab it and get the poison a few turns later. The Azumarill did perish. Yeah, this is a pretty good game. This is the first game anybody has taken off of the Grimmsnarls. That's an 0-1 to the Berserkers. It was a fantastic game by them. They made great adjustment from game 1. I mean, getting 4-0 to being able to take the victory.
Just downloading game 1, bro. Just downloading.
Yeah, he was getting the lore. Game 3, we see Thwackey Cinderace, so just completely changing it up by the Grimmsnarls. It's something he wanted to try. I'm not a big fan of that lead, but it is what it is. Berserker, go Arcanine, Rapidash. So actually making an adjustment, like a good read against that Thwackey Cinderace, bringing that Arcanine. And we see Como-O, Mantine in the back for them, and Azumarill, Reuniclus in the back for the Grimmsnarls. And this Arcanine just kind of did work in this game. He was able to stay on the board for quite a while. Como did come in and didn't really do too much this game compared to the previous game. by getting killed almost instantly by Cinderace, who also did pick up the Rapidash. But yeah, this Arcanine was just too much, and killed the Pokemon via he killed it via Rocky Helmet, and then he killed Cinderace and Reuniclus, and Thwackey actually killed itself via Recoil. So yeah, 3 kills for Arcanine, decent. And picking up the win is the Berserkers, the 0-2 Berserkers, going to 1-2. If you're gonna beat somebody to get your first win, make it the #1 guy in the league, right?
I think my favorite thing from this is like everybody, so me included, everybody who has a losing record is like, you know, I'm scared I'm not gonna make playoffs. I'm gonna start to get my head in the game. I'm gonna start playing better. I'm gonna start doing this, and Ollie did it. Ollie said, you know what? I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of, you know, I'm new in this league, and I'm sick of, you know, being, you know, kind of like the short stick, you know, and I'm going to win, and I'm gonna win this match. I did message him and I offered to help, and he's like, I'll let you know. And I asked,
get the nod, bro.
I asked him like about a week later, and I was like, oh, how you feeling about the match? I mean, he's like, I'm just kind of like going back and forth between one item, and it's a good thing I didn't convince him again, because the item he told me, I'm like, I don't know, I don't think it. But I'm glad he made his decision, and he beat an undefeated player. So yeah. You know what? Don't listen to me ever. I have not. I've only got 1 win on Curry. And that's everybody else beat me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he made a good adjustment from game 1 to game 2 to game 3. I mean, by being 4-0, then winning, you know, 1-0, and then winning 2-0. I mean, you know, that's adjusting right there. That's what you want to do, and he did it, and he did a good job, and he went 2-1. He goes,
hold my drink. He goes, hold my drink.
Yeah, we'll see if the Grimmsnarls can bounce back next week, or if they continue to fall. And we'll see if the Berserkers can keep on their streak here as they go 1-2, and the Grimmsnarls fall to 2-1. So it was a very good game, though. But the game of the week right here that you called as your most looked forward to game is actually the Stunfisk versus the Arcanines. We got the 2-0s, 17 kills to 14. Malamar versus Liepard, 80% to 80%. This is as close as you can get it. And a this was a very, very good game. We got Talonflame, Amoonguss, Golduck, Claydol, Luxray, and Minshao. There's one Metamon on that team, by the way. That team was something. It was sick though. But Nidoking, Indeedee, Crobat, Liepard, Marowak, and Rotom on the other side. Also a very interesting team. The game 1, we see the Talonflame Luxray up against the Crobat Indeedee, and yeah, did you guys know Luxray was okay?
I think everybody knows Luxray's good. Relax.
I don't know if they knew he was 4 kills good, as he does kill the Crobat turn 1, kills the Indeedee turn 2, kills the Marowak, I think it was like turn 4, and kills the Rotom turn 5. So yeah, it was
game 1 was a quick. Game 1 was a quick. It wasn't even like a long 4-0. It was a quick 4-0.
I looked at the video timer. I was like, "Oh, this is definitely 3 games."
I said it's a 2-game.
I was like, that was way too quick. There's still 30 minutes left. Yeah, it was clean. It was a clean victory, but I hate to say, I think the nerves got on the Stunfisk's side as these games went on.
I don't think the nerves got the Stunfisk game 2. I think it kind of did game 3. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Game 2 though, the Arcanines making an adjustment. They go with Indeedee Liepard to start, and this isn't a basic Liepard here against Talonflame Luxray. I tell you what, the one thing I didn't like about the Stunfisks was the Iron Ball,
that's my favorite part.
On the Talonflame. I wasn't a big fan of that, but
I loved it. My favorite part.
So we see the Talonflame absolutely get annihilated by Liepard, which you don't see too often. This Liepard was not Prankster, and it used Charm, and it was pretty good. Excuse me.
Kind of strong.
But we see the Indeedee able to kill a couple with the expanding force. He actually takes out the Golduck and Minshao that do come in. Not before Golduck takes out both Rotom and Marowak. I thought this Golduck was going to take over this whole game and actually win it. But unfortunately, he did go down. And yeah, like I said, the Luxray went down after that. So Indeedee picking up 3 kills in this one, pretty decent. That's just kind of what Indeedee do sometimes. Indeedee either really good support or sometimes it just get 3 kills. There's no in between. And then game 3, this is where I think that it got to the Stunfisks. As we do see the Talonflame Minshao lead against Crobat Marowak. And yeah, he just didn't have anything. The Golduck ended up killing itself, which was unfortunate to the Life Orb, but yeah, Arcanine's making good adjustments to be able to take that game after the 4-0 and just staying stable as we see Marowak kill Minshao, Liepard kill Luxray, and Indeedee kill the Talonflame. Pretty level, playing field there. And of course, the MVP was Indeedee. I mean, it just did absolute work. And yeah, Arcanine's win this one 0-3 and win the whole set 2-1 and go to 3-0. And the Stunfisks go down to 2-1. But I think they're going to bounce back. I think the Stunfisks coming back next week.
My kind of take from this game, because I watched this like the second it got uploaded, because like you said, it was the one I was looking forward to the most. And I actually kind of chatted with Curry about it, also kind of got his 2 cents about it. And I think game 2, and I've watched this set 3 times now. Once just because I wanted to watch it. Second to see like kind of what Curry could have done, or like what was the actual reason for loss, or like kind of like what could have changed, to get that, to pick up that final game. And then the third time for other reasons. But game 2, I've watching it back a couple times, and I even like rewind it on the buffer bar, and it really came down to Curry made a really good call, and it was a 50-50 call, and the para hacks. I think without the para hacks, game 2 would have been Curry's. But then game 3, there was a couple pretty big play mistakes. But I think game 2, I think it would have been a 2-0 if it weren't for the para hacks.
Yeah, because on that turn he's paralyzed, he did make the right call. I think it was attacking into the switch in of the Indeedee. If I could be wrong, it's been a few days since I watched this game, but I know he made a call with the Golduck to attack something, and then the Golduck got fully paralyzed.
Yeah, and it wasn't like a situation where it's like in the beginning of the game where it's like, oh, the full para controlled the whole game. No, it was like the end of the game. Like if this call went through, I think it would have been a 2-0. But game 3, there was a couple pretty big play mistakes, and Dan's a good player. Dan's a great player. Well, I mean, so is Curry, but Dan kind of played his ass out game 3 too. So
yeah, it was a good set. I mean, it was good. 2 really good players playing really good Pokemon. So I mean, you can
really
never go
good players
wrong.
playing a really good game. It's actually, I think, despite the play mistakes, despite all the other stuff, I think so far this season, this has been my favorite game to watch.
Yeah, I like the one versus the Binnacles and the Kinglers. I really enjoyed watching that game.
That's a runner-up. That's a runner-up.
But yeah, speaking of all these kills, who's leading in kills? Well, it's not what you would think, because you see these kills. We're getting like 7 kills one week. Our top kill is 9 still. Okay, which is pretty good.
Good thing.
That's only 3 kills a week, so it's pretty balanced. So you like to see that. We got the Weezing's Melodic with 9 kills. We got the Kingler's Primarina with 9 kills. We got Tyranitar's Toxtricity, who did pick up 2 kills this week to go on top of the 7 last week. The Beazle's Politoed, I mean, they're bringing it every single game, so it's no surprise it's getting some kills. We got Rebellion's both Dragonite and Whimsicott, who barely gotten any kills since their good weeks. They don't need it, because he's just getting kills with everything, so... And then we got the Trico's Absol and Garchomp, and the Sableyes Indeedee with 6 rounding up the end. And I think overall, I didn't write this down, but the overall kill leader, if you combined both leagues, I think is Primarina. So yeah, I guess Primarina is better than I thought it would be.
I think my favorite thing about this is that the numbers are still low enough that like freshly traded Pokemon can still get kill leader if Pokemon start to dwindle, because what these statistics show right here is that people aren't utilizing the one Pokemon to get all of their kills every week. Like, they're actually shuffling up their team. They're using their full use of all 11. So I think that's why we still see the, you know, the 9s, the 8s as the highest numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. There's a big balance. There's a lot of Pokemon on 6 right now. These were just the top ones it showed, so I just put those ones. But there's a lot of Pokemon on 6 right now, and there's a lot of Pokemon on 5. So yeah, a lot of kills going around. Yeah, like you said, there could be a Pokemon that hasn't even been played yet that can get 7 kills next week, and then, you know, the week after get another 6 kills, and then it's the kill leader, you know? It's not like last year, who's just the kill leader, or, you know, when I was using, what's his face, Moltres, so, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good on the kill leaders there. Next, we have the transactions, so, as requested, we made a board. Well, Leaf made a board. I filled out the board. which I think is the harder part, filling out this board. I was very confused on, like, I was like, okay,
oh,
now
no,
I gotta...
this board made me like an hour, bro. I had to get everything straight and perfect and sized.
Oh, I know, but I was just like, wait, where do I see the points used? Okay, and then some of the Pokemon, you click on them, they don't work. They, like, say, this Pokemon can't be loaded or something on the website. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what tier it is. What the... So I had to go look at the tier list, find the Pokemon. It was something. So our first one, we have the Stunfisks with Malamar. For Drapion, I'm not a fan of this one. They have 1 trade remaining as well. I like Malamar. Drapion, I guess he's all right. There's nothing wrong with Drapion.
When I saw this transaction posted, I reacted in the transaction page, BAD. Like, I reacted with the letters BAD. Yeah. And then Theo came in and made it GER, so it was Badger. Oh, then I got rid of my BAD, and then I added ALD for Gerald.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
I don't like it.
I don't like this. I think Malamar is really good. He gives you a lot of reach. Stunfisks have already gotten rid of 2 of their Pokemon that have, like, 4 kills. So they've thrown 8 kills. Like, they're just like, I don't need these 8 kills out the window. Yeah, it is what it is. Some teams don't even have 8 kills, so I mean, it is what it is. But next we have Kaparaja for a Alolan Persian from the Pinnacles as their last trade, using their last 25 points. Yeah, Kaparaja wasn't doing anything for him. I didn't think he should have drafted Kaparaja in the first place. I said that on my draft coverage. I didn't like it. And Persian gives you a really good defensive support Pokemon. So
versatile.
Yeah, it can do a lot of things. It can't really be an attacker, but it can take hits pretty easily. Next, we have the Greedent for the Bolton. I don't like it. I don't like Bolton.
Because I traded Pokemon just to get rid of my 6 fighting resistance. You don't like it because you wanted the Greedent.
No, you wanted the Greedent. I didn't want the Greedent. You
wanted the Greedent. I wanted the sheep.
No, I wanted the sheep. I told you about the sheep. Get out of here, bro.
We'll fight about it later.
The Bolton, I don't like Bolton. I think he's super weak, so I don't know.
Showed time and time again in Draft League that he's cracked.
I don't know. I guess we'll see what you do with them. Next we have the Rebellion, Inteleon for Blastoise. This is perfect. I mean, Blastoise is just better than Inteleon, so.
I agree, but I also don't like the trade. I agree, I don't like the trade though.
Why not?
Because I want to see Inteleon crit stuff. I want to see some spice. I don't want to see basic Blastoise fake out BS.
What do you mean? I want to see Blastoise Shell Smash and then click on Head Smash. Head Smash Blastoise. Next we have the Greninjas. We have Aegislash for Scrafty. I think this is fine.
So I was pressuring Sasso to make this trade all week because in our interview he was like, I'm gonna make it today or tomorrow. And then he waited all week when I wanted to prep. And then he's like, both Pokemon do something against your team, bro. And I was really scared of the Aegislash. So I like the trade for my week, but I don't know if I like the trade for the rest of the season because I think Aegislash is great.
Yeah, Aegislash is good. But I think Scrafty just gives you a little bit more reach. He can do more things, and I don't know. They both have their place, but I just think Scrafty is fine. I think this is fine trade.
I think the best thing about the trade though is the fact that so Aegislash has one ability, like it stands change, whereas Scrafty is viable both as Moxie and Intimidate, so you don't know what he's gonna. You have to prep for both.
Yeah, exactly. And he can run Assault Vest. He can run Choice Scarf. He can run Focus Sash, Choice Band. Like, he could do a lot of things too. Whereas Aegislash, you know, it's going to be like Life Orb because there's nothing else he can really use.
Yep.
Next, we have the Buzzles, who got Sliggoo for Carbink. I mean, they both kind of are butt, so...
I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like anything really special of a trade. I think, alright. I think it's meh.
But they still have 2 trades left, so who knows what they can pick up with those 2 trades. Maybe they get something with the Carbink. I know there's a couple of things where you can, you know, if you get Shedinja, I'm just saying, you can get, you know, Sturdy on Shedinja. Just saying, using Carbink.
Yep.
I don't think it'll happen, but you can do it.
We also just kind of, like, what if that was their plan?
Listen, I'm impartial. I'll call out all the strats I see. That's what I'm here for. Next we have the Kinglers. Espeon for Frostlass.
Great trade.
No.
I like it.
This is terrible.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If it was Umbreon for Frostlass, I would disagree. But I think Frostlass. I was looking at Frostlass to pick up for the team. If Frostlass is disgusting.
I don't know. I think they're both terrible, but I think Espeon's less terrible. But Kinglers still have 2 traits, so we can see them do something else. But I just think Frostlass is kind of meh. Does he have Tauros? Is he going to get Tauros? He might get Tauros. If he gets Tauros, Frostlass
is stupid fast with Destiny Bond, bro. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. See what he does with it. And next we have Spoinks going Mandibuzz for the newly dropped Aegislash. Terrible trade.
Yeah, worst trade in the history of trade deals.
Terrible. Mandibuzz gives you so much more than Aegislash does, including Tailwind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is absolutely terrible. If you have these 2 Pokemon fight each other, Mandibuzz wins 100% of the time. So.
I think Kanto Division kind of lacking on the trades this week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what some people do with it. I think the worst ones here are Malamar and Mandibuzz. I think those 2 just aren't great. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think Kinglers have the best trade.
Who did?
I think Kinglers have the best trade.
Kinglers, yeah. I disagree. But that's alright. I think Blastoise is the best pickup here.
Look, that's why we have 2 people doing this, because we don't have to agree on the same thing the whole time.
We must agree.
No.
Speaking of agreeing, we have Johto, who did far less transactions. So we had the Weezings Lanoon for Surfetched. I mean, he used 50 points to go from a pretty good Pokemon to a bad Pokemon. I don't understand this one.
Yeah, I like this one too. But I also saw in chat kind of what role it was going for, and I'm not impartial, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But I like this trade.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Surfetch can do a couple of things, but I think Lanoon could be either a support Pokemon or you could do some belly drum stuff with it, which is fun. So I don't know. I like the belly drum stuff for tier 5. Plus, this is the Weezing's last trade, so they don't have anything else. I think there's a lot better tier 3 Pokemon out there, but we'll see. We'll see what the Surfetch can do. Next, we have Palossand for Magneton. I guess this is a trade. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it does for you. Unless he needed the coverage, but I mean, what does Magneton give you that? You know, I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. On Pheasant for Electabuzz, I think on Pheasant for anything is an upgrade. You could have just given away on Pheasant and you would have been better off.
So I don't know if that's how that works, but
I'm pretty sure it does. Like, the only Pokemon that on Pheasant isn't an upgrade for is like Sunflora, and that's it.
No, Sunflora is cracked. We'll fight. I'll die on this hill.
That's what I'm saying. Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. On Pheasant is the only thing that's better than Sunflora, or worse than Sunflora is the only thing worse.
It beats Sunflora in a fight, but I think Sunflora will be better.
I don't know. It's not in this game, so we can't even compare. But Electabuzz is really good, so I don't hate this trade. Of course,
is good.
Steel type's improving, but that is their last trade, so they can't do any more moving. The next one we see Caracosta for Orbeetle. We'll have to see. I think Caracosta's terrible, so I think this is probably fine. Especially if Delmise wanted to go for some Trick Room stuff. You could do a lot of things with Orbeetle. He could be a super bulky support, or he could be a pretty mediocre attacker, but, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that. I kind of think that trade's a little spicy. I like it.
Yeah, I like Orbeetle. Now I think this trade is really good. Haunter for Crustle. Crustle is kind of disgusting, but people don't know Crustle's disgusting. But as a fan of bug type Pokemon, I know Crustle disgusting.
I think Crustle's really good. I agree. I think the Haunter is untapped potential. I think Haunter is absolutely disgusting. We've seen calcs that it just one-shots the most.
He's just too frail though. You can't run Eviolite on him because he's too frail to run Eviolite, so you have to run Focus Sash on him, or he just gets one-shot by too many things. Like the weakest Pokemon in the world using Shadow Sneak just instantly kill him. Like it is really rough running Haunter, but Crustle, you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see You're gonna see some Shell Smash. I think from this boy.
Bulky boy.
You're gonna see Shell Smash. You're gonna see some X Scissor. You're gonna see some Rock Slide. You're gonna see some Helping Hands.
You're gonna see the same 4 moves on it every week.
Yeah, because he doesn't need nothing else. No, there's a few other things you could do. Stealth Rocks. I mean, if you're Hawk, you can go for Stealth Rocks.
Yo, Hawk, why are you not picking up Crustle, bro? Pick up Crustle for the Stealth Rock. Yo, turn 1 double Stealth. No, you know what? Turn 1 Spikes and Stealth Rocks. I tell you won't. You won't.
Toxic Spikes even. You gotta go Toxic Spikes. Which means you need to pick up Marnie, bro. Marini, I mean.
Yeah. Yo, we picking up Rapid Spinners now?
Yeah, you gotta pick up Rapid Spinners too. That's why you got Blastoise. That's why Greninjas went Blastoise, bro.
Aw, you right.
So if they face Hawk, they know what to do.
Yeah, you right.
So yeah, that's all for the transactions this week. This one, I think the best one is on Pheasant. I don't even think it's close.
I think the best one's Caracosta for the Orbeetle, but
I mean that one's good too. But on Pheasant's just so terrible. It doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything. It's so basic. It just might as well just not even exist.
You've been hurt by Unpheasant. Like blink twice.
Because I had to take like 8 pictures of it in Pokemon Go. I mean Pokemon Snap. It sucked. So that is it for the transactions there. Next, we have the games we're looking forward to. So the game I am most looking forward to is the Arcanines versus Rebellion. Of course, the 3-0s. 21 kills for Arcanines, 26 for Rebellion. We got Liepard, Dragonite, and both with a 75% game win percentage. I think this is going to be a fantastic game. I am very much looking forward to this one. Rebellion, one of the new players who's doing fantastic, to the winner of last season, who's still doing fantastic. So it'll be interesting to see which one of these guys can come out. So yeah, well, they're definitely going to end up facing off in the playoffs again, or they're going to both be in the playoffs at least. So yeah, that's a good game.
They just played in the playoffs in a different league too, so they're definitely not new against each other.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. All right, well, we'll have to see that. And for Leafs match he's looking forward to, he's actually looking forward to the Kinglers versus the Spoinks. That's 2-1s, 22 kills, 21 kills. Primarina, Gyarados, both water boys, and 57 game win percentage for both of them. So very balanced one as well. So
I think Krabby has leveled up his gameplay exponentially. I think Ryan is a great player. Like you said, it's a very even matchup, and not only that, but they are close friends, brought together via Draft League. But they're good friends with each other, and it's always good seeing matchups between homies, because I feel like they put a little extra love into their prep.
Yeah, I never got to face you in my 2 seasons.
Never, literally never.
Yeah, we just didn't get matched up. I don't know. I faced Rhett twice. I almost beat him last season with that sick team I made in the last game of the season.
The metronome only.
It was really close. So yeah, that's all for this. We are going to be bringing you guys the 5 spiciest plays of the week, brought to you by Pikachu in a Basket, and random undisclosed ball pit location.
I will also say before we cut to that I had a very difficult time picking plays because I think a lot of people brought some really good things to the table. So most of these are actually submissions this week because I could not by myself or with the help of other opinions pick these. So a lot of these are submissions.
All right, fair enough. My submission would have been just Luxray getting 4 kills in like 20 seconds.
Too late now.
crunch kind of good though. All right, so yeah, so enjoy the spiciest plays of the week.
And for the 5th spot for spiciest plays of the week, we are going to look at the match between the Beantown Binacles and the Corpus Christi Kinglers. Now, we're going to see Theo try to hit Poltergeist into the Primarina, which is substituted. So we're going to see how much damage this does. We're going to expect the substitute to go down here. But that's actually not the case. We actually see the substitute survive, and Prima's going to retaliate with the Hyper Voice, which is going to pick up the kill on the Pelipper. And then after that, we're going to see Torracat throw some hands, and Torracat is going to use Overheat and pick up the kill on the Dusk Noir, getting a 2 kills in 1 turn kill from the Corpus Christi Kinglers. And for our 4th slot for Spice of the Week, we're going to look at the match between the Alexander Arcanines versus the Wister Stunfisks. We're going to see Indeedee try to go for a fake out into the Talonflame to try to stop the prioritized Tailwind. And we're going to see Crobat go into a Tailwind of his own, or at least Crobat is going to try to go into a Tailwind of its own. But instead, Indeedee goes into the Talonflame, and it doesn't actually get affected because of Iron Ball in Psychic Terrain, is able to get its Tailwind up, and then Luxray, now being faster than Crobat, is going to be able to Psychic Fangs and one-shot the Crobat, stopping it from being able to use Tailwind, which does in lead let Curry sweep the rest of this game 1. And for our 3rd slot, we're going to look at the Pittsburgh Steel Ties versus the West Side Weezings. This one is spotlighting the Weezing here because this is a perfect example of good prep and spicy prep. So Rhett prepped for a Trick Room heavy team, and he also called that Dusk Noir was going to go for a Trick Room this turn. So unfortunately we do see a Haxorus go down, but whatever, I don't even care, because what we're going to see next is where the spice comes in. So after Melodic loses some HP, we're going to see Dusk Noir go up with the Trick Room. And Rolo's sitting here, he's like, alright, whatever. And then, boom! Room service. I don't know. I think it's pretty spicy. I think it's good prep. And I think this is a spicy tech that led to Rhett absolutely winning this game. And for our 2nd Spice of the Week play, we're going to look at the Tricos versus the Drapions match. And we are looking at Torracat here in the spotlight. I mean, Wigglytuff surviving on 5 is pretty great too. But anyways, Torracat's going to get a double kill, which, I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world, but it's also kind of the craziest thing in the world. And to top it off, who are you calling cute? It's the Torracat getting a double kill for our 2nd slot. And for our final play of the week, our best play of the week, we're looking at the match between the Great Lakes Grimmsnarls versus the Carolina Berserkers, undefeated versus no wins, and we're going to see a Hitmonchan close combat into the Rapidash, which is going to activate the eject button, or eject pack, sorry, and we're going to switch into the Azu here, but that's not the spicy play. The spicy play isn't the eject pack. The spicy play is the fact that Ollie read the switch and went for the poison jab into the Azumarill switch in and got the poison on the Azumarill, putting Ollie in a very advantageous position. Great play. Love to see it.
All right, and that was the top 5 spiciest plays of the week, brought to you by Pikachu in a Basket. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is a lot of fun. We're having fun doing this. Sorry for the late video. I reset my computer and couldn't get internet for a little bit, so it was a little rough, and I had to get all the stuff back set. So yeah, anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Just like Popo said. And also I share the same sentiment. Sorry for getting this out late. And for the lack of energy, Christmas shopping is kind of tiring. But with that, I do want to extend. I want everybody to have at least a happy holiday season, happy holiday week. Whether you celebrate, you don't celebrate, have a good time, have some good energy, eat some good food, no matter where you end up or what you do. And we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.